Council, you ready? All right. Good evening. Welcome to the City of Groton Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, April 21st, 2025. Clerk Bakura, please call the roll.
Mayor Hedrick, Deputy Mayor Depot, Councilor Patterson, Councilor Piazza, Councilor Talley, and Councilor Sheffield.
Okay. Please stand and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Recognitions, awards, memorials. Okay. Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just wanted to congratulate Ernie Koshmeter won a statewide award for food service administrators for schools. And so I just want to acknowledge, and he does a great job coordinating all that for all of the schools. He's in charge of the whole thing, and I think it's a good recognition of all his hard work.
Anyone else? Okay, moving on. Receipt of citizens' petitions, comments. Receipt of citizens' petitions is a portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens. To address council, please sign a sheet on the table in the front of the meeting room. When you're recognized, please approach the podium. Clearly state your name and address. Each presentation should be limited to 5 minutes or less, and the citizens should, if possible, submit emailed or written comments. Presentation should be related to matters pertinent to the City of Groton. City councilors will only ask questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during response to citizens' petition portion of the meeting. Do we have anyone signed up?
Oh, we do. Mr. Neiman?
Brian Neiman, 76 Allen Street. First, I'd like to commend the Highway Department for the expeditious manner of changing the parking signs. I mean, the areas that were changed, done very smoothly and in record time as far as I'm concerned. The other minor thing is just a technical glitch that I noticed on the city calendar. I had to put down an appointment in the future, and I noticed that Halloween had been moved to, I think, the 28th of October. So when I looked to see, maybe any other holidays got shifted or something, and I realized that, that's a horse that's left the barn. But I noticed Christmas falls on a Thursday this year, and I noticed that a tree pickup was scheduled for the next day on Friday. From personal experience, that's going to be a double garbage and double recycling pickup, so I seriously doubt that there will be personnel or equipment available for a Christmas tree pickup. So as we get closer to that point, you may want to consider making a change on the Facebook page. That probably won't be a practical operation.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, response to citizen petitions, comments. Councilor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. So, if I heard right, that Halloween is on the 28th? A Tuesday?
Well, it was printed on
Oh, it was printed on the 28th.
the calendar.
Okay. But we actually are celebrating the 31st, correct? Which is a Friday, which is even better.
Can I just clarify, was it on the printed calendar that you saw that, or on the website?
No, on the printed calendar.
Well, thank you very much for letting me know.
Good catch. And I just wanted to comment, so thank you for recognizing the city workers and putting up the signs. People always can use recognition.
Okay, anything else? All right, moving on. Approval of minutes. I'll take a motion to approve the mayor and council meeting minutes of April 7th, 2025.
So moved.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Were there any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes unanimously. Take a motion to approve the committee of the whole meeting minutes for April 14th, 2025.
So moved.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, those motions pass unanimously. Take a motion to approve the special mayor and council meeting minutes for April 14th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And those minutes pass unanimously. Any communications and reports? Counselor Patterson. Okay, Counselor Piazza?
Is this where we're like updating on our?
Yes.
Okay, so what I have to report is, it was actually Paul and I that met, and I had made a motion to remove my referral items on here. Citizen recognition program, because that's been from 2011, there's been no action since I've been here. And the city gardens, I know they've been, where another counselor was working on it, but those have been removed, and I did talk to Mary Hill in reference to that, and preferably a future planning is to do container gardening within the Parks and Rec time with the kids, which I think is a great idea. And then also removing number 23, which is evaluation of scholarship that's been done for the Beach Pass, and then the City Day fireworks to remove, because I'm understanding that there's some kind of laser light show, so the fireworks would be out. So there's no need to continue speaking of that. So I made the motion to do that, and Paul approved it, so just bring that to council.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
you submitted your minutes already?
I have them right here,
Okay. All right,
and I found my old ones for Danny, finally.
all right, good. We'll just get those submitted. So we
I
can-
will today. Thank you.
Counselor Talley.
I have nothing, thank you.
Okay, Counselor Sheffield.
Yes, for the Group 2 with Deputy Mayor and myself for economic development, just just needed to just follow up with Sierra regarding what's going on in economic development now that I am chair, and look forward to working with her and seeing what they have going on with the commission and so forth, and we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
And as far as any communication on the other end of things, I was noticing the basketball court this afternoon. I saw some work done. The other two baskets were put up. I'm glad that they roped it off to where, nobody can run around and start shooting, playing ball early before it's done. So yeah, it looks like good progress being made. So.
And we need a 21-day cure time on the overlay, top
Yeah,
overlay.
yeah, so we don't want any kids running around now before it's done, so.
Okay,
but it looks
perfect.
good. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. On April 9th, I attended GASP and Ledgelight hosted an information session. They actually hosted several about naloxone. And if you have any questions about naloxone, you can also always just call GASP or Ledgelight, and they have lots of resources, as well as they provided me with 2 of them for my car in case I ever, need them. And so if you feel like you're prepared to help in that type of situation and you would like some, those groups do a good job of, training and educating, and also providing resources for people to be able to get those. And I know that they do them periodically, but they're always available. If anyone is interested in learning about that, they can just call Ledgelight or GASP and get that information. I also attended the Mystic Knowing band concert that was in the auditorium, and they played songs from Wicked and from the original Wizard of Oz. So that was really cool because it was old and new. But that was really fun, and I just want to encourage people. That band, they just play for the fun and to continue playing music, and the audience was quite big. So anytime you can get to a performance of their band, I would encourage everyone to do it, and they do practice in the auditorium as well. I also attended on the 11th the park cleanup at Birch Plain Creek, which there were a whole bunch of volunteers from a whole bunch of places, including Yukon. There were people from Yukon there. There were people from the Conservation District there. Our state rep, Andre Baumgardner, was there, and the amount of trash that we picked up from Birch Plain Creek, I was there for about an hour or so, but some of the volunteers were there for two or more hours, and it was astronomical amount of trash. I just want to encourage people to please don't throw trash in the parks. I know that park in particular is a little bit secluded, so it looks like no one's going to notice, but people notice, and it's cleared now, so please feel free to go use that park. It's right on Thomas Road. There's a nice parking area there. And the more we use the parks, I think the less people will litter in them. So I also just wanted to encourage people. And it reminded me, we had a counselor here once that used to keep his trash grabber and a bag in his car at all times and would go on walks and pick up trash. So I just want to encourage people, if you're out and about with this nice weather now, help us to keep our parks clean. And use our parks, because that's what they're there for. And I think we're close to, question for you. I know that the planner had mentioned it, but we are close to getting that all connected, Birch Plain Creek all the way to Washington Park, right?
Yes and no. Now, let me define that. So the Birch Plain Creek part goes back behind Bradford Manor and terminates at Groton Estates. As soon as the due diligence period is over with Groton Estates and all the swaps are done, and then they're going to be putting up part of a trail. We'll be putting part of the trail, and then that will go up into behind Groton Estates. And then there are these two triangular pizza-shaped parcels, if you will, that are both private, that we need to get permission to go across. That will put us to school property, which will take us behind the school, and then that takes us, and I think that is already cleared. And then that will take us to Groton Utilities property, which has not been cleared. And then that will take us to, once that's cleared, that will take us to Pequannock Road. Then you can cross across Pequannock Road, get on the Sassacus Trail on the King property. That will then get us onto the property, where are we orientation? Right over here, which belongs to the city, which has not been cleared yet. And then that will get us to Clarence B. Sharp, and then that will get you to Washington Park. So that's why it's a yes, no,
Right.
because there's several moving pieces to it. But once we're to the point where we can start clearing trails, we're gonna work with GOSA and other members and get volunteers to help us clear paths so that we can make that possible, because that's one of the visions that we had, was to be able to get from Thomas Road all the way to Washington Park, and that'll be a good thing in the city.
I know that all the people there, especially the conservation, the ladies from the conservation group, were excited about getting closer to doing that. So again, just want to encourage people to get outside and use our parks. We spend a lot of time clearing them and working on them, and it's also really good for your mental health. So go take a walk. I also attended the Police and Community Together meeting last week, where Captain Lito gave updates. And again, just want to encourage people, if they have questions about what's going on with the police department. I know there's a lot of investigations going on right now. You can always contact the police department, but also once a month, they have a meeting with staff here, and you can in person speak to the police chief or the police captain, and they're always ready to answer your questions. So if you're more comfortable asking them in person, please feel free to attend those meetings. They're the third Thursday of every month. I know that May's will be canceled because there's a bunch of scheduling conflicts, but we'll be back in June.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And it'll be in here, because later on in the summer, we will start going to different locations. But for the next meeting in June, it will be in council chambers.
And then on the same line with public safety for our group committee, it was myself and Councilor Sheffield. And we actually also removed a an item from the agenda because the parking ordinance is complete. That was on my agenda. And my minutes are also now typed up and will be sent to the clerk for that. But we were able to remove that. And I just want to thank the police department and Public Works because the signs are up, the new signs. They did go up very fast, and I think they look really great. I already had mentioned to the chief, I think the size and the color, like whoever decided that, I think they came out really good. They're easy to read, easy to see, and so hopefully that will.
Everywhere.
Yes, and hopefully that will help our residents who need to be able to park in front of their houses, to be able to do that. And again, I just want to encourage any residents, if they see an impact on other streets that don't have signs, to please let the police department know, or, contact the mayor's office if you notice changes as a result of the change in parking ordinance. I know we don't have the permitting all the way in place. That's going to take a couple of months to put the system in place, get the permits to actually hand out to everyone. So that is a little bit of a process. Keep your eyes on the police department's page on Facebook and our website because we'll be updating that. But it's going to take a little bit of time to get that procedure in place for the permitting. So don't worry, you're not going to get ticketed yet because we haven't even handed out the permits. I know a resident was concerned they were going to get tickets because they didn't have a permit yet, but it's because we haven't done that process. So just want to encourage anyone, if you have questions, please contact us and ask because that's what we're here for. And our police department is always eager to talk to residents about anything. So please feel free to talk to them. And then lastly, this Friday is the mobile food pantry again down at St. John's. If you can't make it, please contact the mayor's office and we will put you on our list to have food delivered. If you live within the city, I think I fit 25 boxes in my car. It's a good thing I have cameras because I couldn't see out the windows. But if you need food, we want to make sure you get fed. So please contact us if you need assistance. And if you need assistance beyond the mobile food pantry, we can connect you to Groton Human Services and or other places that might be able to help you with that, including, I know we've discussed Groton Utilities has resources for helping with your electric bills. So if that will help you, if you need help, please contact someone because there's lots of help available, and we want to help as many people as we can. So that is all.
Okay. A couple of things. I just want to let the council and the public, general public aware. We have recently started union negotiations with the police department union and the fire department union, and we'll be periodically keeping you up to date on those. I had a meeting a couple weeks ago. I had a meeting with the appropriate staff, Electric Boat, and Laz Parking to talk about the parking situation and the parking garage and those kind of things. And what came out of that is that Laz Parking is going to shut down their parking garage. And they are working with Electric Boat to either build a 1,000-stall parking garage there or in another location with a land swap deal with Electric Boat. Electric Boat is determining whether or not they will enter into a long-term lease with the parking garage for their employees, and that will free up, that will give us spaces. Now, it takes approximately 12 to 14 months for the garage to be, the space to be ready and built. And, but this is something that has been a long time coming. So that'll be good that we're going to be able to get to that. It is forecasted based on a parking study that was conducted a couple years ago that 2027, 2028 is when the peak is going to be. And there right now there's a shortfall of 1,200 parking spaces. So this will help address that. Associated with that, and the parking garage is being shut down now. The third level was shut down immediately. The rest of the garage will be shut down by 1 May. So it'll be completely shut down. There'll be a loss of around 230 parking spaces as a result of that, but they had a structural study of the garage conducted, and there were some challenges there. The amount of money they were going to need to put into it for the return on the investment, especially since they were going to be tearing it down to put a new garage in, didn't make sense to them, so they decided to shut the garage down. Going with that, starting 1 May, there will be, providing that the materials come in, there will be a pedestrian mall on Eastern Point Road. I talked about that briefly with the council. So when you come down Rainville that goes to Chester, that terminates onto Eastern Point Road across from the fire department, you will no longer be able to make a right turn there. And so there will be a Jersey barrier there. And then at the northern end, at the beginning of the parking garage, there will be a Jersey barrier on the northbound lane so that we won't have any through traffic. And I've already reached out to STA, talked to them, and it's not an issue with them. So this will now become a pedestrian mall. It will protect electric boat employees, any other employees that are crossing the street, because we're not going to have any vehicular traffic. And that is all the time. And that's going to be a 3-month trial period. And then if it works out okay, we'll just continue it. Let's see, what else? So last week I had a meeting with Senator Summers, Representative Gajewski, Representative Bumgarner, the Governor's Chief of Staff, and my internal staff here to talk about funding for the seawall. I've asked for $9.5 million based on the estimates that we have now. That's in addition to what we have. Currently, Section 7 through 11 is completed. Section 12 is being completed now. Once that's completed, they will start on the north, so Section 6 will be split in half. The northern section of Section 6 will be driven into bedrock, and then Section 1 and 2 will start and have the new design that'll be put in, and that's based on the funding that this council authorized at a most recent mayor and council meeting. So we are looking for funds. There were a couple different avenues that were being discussed, and I'm in discussions with Town Manager Burt as well. So we're looking at all avenues that we have available in order to find funds for the Shore Avenue seawall, but it will be completed. And the goal is to get it completed this year. And then lastly, when you've come into the building, I think if it's still daylight enough, as you can see, the windows are starting to be replaced. We're about 3/4 done with that project. So we should be done here pretty soon. I mean, they're moving fairly quickly, and that should be okay. And then the last thing I want to talk about is Allen Street. So recently at 161 Allen Street, a concerned citizen called the police. The State Major Crimes Unit and Groton City Police Department responded. Evidence was collected and is being processed. This is an active and ongoing investigation, which I cannot comment on. However, this particular incident presents no immediate danger to the general public. So I don't care what Facebook is saying. I don't care what the news is saying. This does not pose any risk to and general danger to the immediate danger to the general public. We are hopeful that we'll have more details later this week, and when we get to a point, we will probably have a press conference in order to address issues that are outstanding. And that's all that I have. Okay. Deputy Mayor Depot?
I forgot to add to that on, next Monday, the 28th, is Workers' Memorial Day.
That is correct. That's at 6 o'clock in the morning, up by Pavilion 6, up at the top. And that is a ceremony, it's a solemn ceremony where we acknowledge safety and the deaths of workers, so employees that have died on the job or have succumbed to illnesses as a result of job performance. And that'll be next Monday, 28th. Okay, committee referrals, are there any committee referrals? All right, moving on, new business. Counselor Patterson. You good? Do you,
It's the third attachment.
should be 0431.
Resolution 25-04-31. Resolution that the mayor and the council approve the refund of,
Okay, all you need to do is read the therefore be it resolved.
Right here, this one.
oh, all right, therefore, it be resolved, the mayor and the council approve the appointment of Colleen Maguire, 528 Shannecock Road, Unit L, Groton, Connecticut, as a regular member of the Harbor Management Commission, terms to expire on April 21st, 2030. I so move.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. This is discussed at the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed, abstention, motion carries unanimously. And Counselor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-25-04-32. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the refund of property taxes to South Equities LLC, Brooklyn, New York, in the amount of $603.31. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed, abstention, motion carries unanimously. I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are adjourned. Thank you, council, for coming out.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.